I'm cooking some Blackbird Farm pork today, and today it is pork spare ribs. I've just rubbed these with a barbecue rub that I put together. It's my blend. You can make your own blend, or you can find a blend online. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% happy with my blend. I'm like 90% there. There's still some tweaks I like to do, so this isn't the final thing that I would use, but it's really good. And as you can see, I have rubbed the ribs, both sides, of course, and we'll put this in the fridge until tomorrow. And then we'll put them on the Weber and show you how it's done. It's the next day. The ribs have been sitting with the rub for about 20 hours so far, so the salt has done its work on the meat. And now we're going to light up the Weber grill. So we're not going to really smoke these ribs. We're going to cook them with the hard lump charcoal, slow and slow. So they're going to get a little bit of smoky flavor, but not like a real smoked rib, which my family doesn't love, and I think with these small ribs, it's a little too much anyway. So we're going to light the hardwood charcoal in this chimney starter. I use these paraffin wax starters. So you can see it starts up. Chimney's in the starter. Charcoal's in the chimney starter. And this will heat up really nice. And I'll have hot coals in about 20 minutes or so. And then I'm just going to put them on the one side of the grill. Ribs are going to go on this side once I put the grill grate in. And it'll do low, slow cook for about 3 hours. So as you can see, I've got some white hot coals there. Not too many though, only about half a chimney. And I'm going to put them on the left side of the grill there. And then place the chimney down on a hard surface that is okay with heat. This thing is still flaming hot. And the nice thing about welding gloves is I can pick up any stray coals and move them around with my hands. And then put the grill back, the grate on top. Get your lid. Now I'm going to close up the bottom grates down there, the bottom vents, a little bit, because I don't want full heat coming off these coals. I want the fire to be temped a little bit down. I'm going to leave the top holes on the Weber open for the time being to watch the heat and regulate it. So, low and slow temperature, I've got these ribs, and you notice here, this is a meter thermometer. It is a wireless thermometer. I don't really care about the internal temp of these ribs. It's not like cooking a steak or something that I want a particular temperature. I just want them cooked low and slow so they get nice and tender. But this is going to help me monitor the ambient temperature inside the grill, because the end here also monitors ambient. This monitors inside, and this monitors the ambient temperature. So I've got the ribs on the Weber grill. You can see the coals there on the side, nice and hot, still heating up a bit, but nice and white. Like I said, I'm going to close these lower vents a little bit, which I do with this. Can't see it from up here, sorry. Like if you could see the vents down there, I'm going to close them up a bit. Not all the way, but just a bit. And then I'm going to, sorry about the sunlight on the ribs there, but we're going to let this cook now for about, like I said, 3 hours roughly. So let me show you how the meter works. I am not endorsing a meter. I bought this myself. Don't get anything kickback-wise, but I do enjoy this piece of technology. You can see that wooden box over there next to the grill. That is the receiver. The thermometer is in the meter, as you saw, and that's inside the grill there. And the receiver sends information via Bluetooth to an app. And you can see right there the internal temperature of the meat, which I said, is not as important, but it's great for steaks or chickens or things of that nature. The ambient temperature is what I'm paying attention to here. And I want to try and keep that around 275. It's not so easy with the Weber unless you get one of those fan systems with the thermometer, but It doesn't need to be exact here, just needs to be around 275 to 300 for a low, slow cook. So as you can see, my ambient temperature inside the grill is hit 291, just hit 292. There it goes back to 291. So it's about where I want it to be. And now for the most important part of low and slow cooking, the hammock. And a nice revival beer. Where are my kids to push me? We're at about 2 hours, 20 minutes on the ribs in the Weber. They're doing great. The ambient temperature still is around 280 degrees. And while that's finishing, I'm going to make a sauce. I don't always make a sauce with barbecue. Sometimes I just like the dry rub, but I thought I'd make a sauce today. We've got some pork stock here, some pork jelly, as you can see, which is beautiful, which was left from the pulled pork that I did in the pressure cooker last week. So we've got that left. Got some butter here. If I had some pork fat or some beef fat available, I would use that, but I'm going to use butter in this case. Kosher salt, apple cider vinegar, Dijon mustard, ketchup, molasses, brown sugar. Molasses kind of in the brown sugar, but that's like an extra little kick. And then I usually use Worcestershire sauce in my barbecue sauce, but I don't actually have any today. So I'm going to use some Red's hot sauce. I want some hot sauce anyway, and Red's got some nice features that are similar to Worcestershire. And some fish sauce, because Worcestershire has, the anchovy aspect to it. So that's all going to go into a pot and reduce that for a bit and make a nice sauce with it. And here's that finished barbecue sauce if you wanted to put barbecue sauce on your ribs. It's been about 3 hours, so I'm going to take the ribs off now. It's been a little over 3 hours. It really isn't about a particular temperature. It's about how you feel they are, the doneness, the tenderness. I think these look great. I've been poking them with a finger, occasionally check them. As you notice, I rotate them, I turn them around. So I'm going to put them onto a cutting board here. And there you have it. Weber cooked spare ribs. Thanks very much. Also, remember to clean your grill while it's hot. A clean grill is a happy grill. Close all the vents up, scrape down the grate, close the vents on top, and it's ready for the next time.